So hey, it's Dr. Story. I'm in my office. I'm just reviewing x-rays and everything like that. I'm going to share with you some information. This is an x-ray right here of a person's neck, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we go through it to analyze things. Hopefully you'll find this interesting. So one of the things we're doing here is what you're looking at is you're looking at a neck x-ray from the side. This is the back of the head right here. This is the person's jaw. You could see their teeth right here. These are the individual vertebrae, and these things right here, these things poking out, these actually you can feel on the back side of the person's neck. So this is the back side, this is their throat right here, and right here you could see a little bit of a darker line. That's the trachea. So there's many things we look at. First, we screen the area looking for fracture or any type of tumors or infections. That's important. The reason why is because before we even think about doing chiropractic on a patient, we always want to screen them and make sure they don't have any diseases that would necessitate seeing a medical doctor or any other provider for that matter. So what we do is we first look at the front of the vertebrae. What we're doing is we're looking to see if there's any bone spurs or anything like that. We look at the individual discs right here and see if they're level, if there's any degenerative disc disease or any swelling of any kind. We then look at the back side right here where the facet joints are, and many people will have arthritis of the facet joints, and that can be a major source of pain. In addition, we then look at the spinous processes and make sure there's no fractures. Most fractures are missed actually on x-ray because they're actually down here where people put the bar on the, when they weightlift and do squats, they'll actually put the bar right on that tip of that bone. And so very often you'll see with weightlifters stress fractures over that area over a period of time. Now in this particular case, this person has two things. One is important to know and one is not as important to know. The first is up here at the atlas they actually have this circular thing, which means that they actually have a calcification around the artery, the vertebral artery. That's kind of a interesting finding. You don't see that all the time. They actually have quite a bit of a little bit of arthritis in this particular case. Even though this is a young person, there's a little bit of whiteness right there, and what that means is it's very likely this person has had a trauma because this is actually a younger patient. And so what ends up happening is when you see arthritis like that, what ends up happening is you start to wonder, did this person have an accident early on in their history when they were younger? And the answer is they actually did. This can also be as a result of just the deformity that occurs up here. So whenever you see one deformity, you have to look at others. Now one of the things you'll notice here is this person's spine is extremely straight. This is called a straight spine. I have other videos that I'll try to remember to link. If I forget to link them, just go ahead and let me know and I'll remember to put them on. But a person, especially a young person like this with very little degenerative disc disease, should have a nice C-shaped curve like that. That helps the spine act as a spring. Well, when this person has this military neck type of thing going, what ends up happening is it produces a tremendous amount of stress on the discs. So we know that this person is probably going to start developing early stage degenerative disc disease as a result of this straightening of the spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to do adjustments to this person's spine. We're also going to show them exercise to help restore some of that curve back, and strengthening these muscles in the back here will actually help do that. It'll do two things. It'll help the person with their pain, number one. Number two, it'll help the person prevent early stage degenerative disc disease. Now I'm a Gonstead chiropractor, so we do look at x-rays. I would say 90% of the examination tells me exactly where to adjust, and 10% sometimes you'll see things on x-ray that impossible to see without. But what ends up happening is you'll notice that in this particular case, this disc right here, and this is, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, C6 right here and C7 are appearing to not look super healthy in terms of if we were to draw lines on them. C7 is where I actually found on the physical exam problems with this patient, which makes sense. Now C5, the bone is actually very subtly bent forward, and that's where you get that military neck starting to happen. You can see a little bit of a development of a curve down here, but right at C7 it stops. So we know we're going to need to adjust the C7 up, forward, and depending on which side is most comfortable for the patient, the best way to determine that is to actually examine the actual physical patient. But this patient should respond well. They have not developed severe degenerative disc disease yet. They will in the future if this condition does not get resolved. But the incidental finding up here at the atlas is just something to correlate with the other findings, but they actually I'm not going to be adjusting them at the atlas area. Hopefully you found that interesting. It gives you insight as to how we look at x-rays as a doctor of chiropractic. So again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section below, and share this on social media. It'll really help us out. Thanks for watching.